Hi, everyone. Super Soul Sunday. I'm so thankful I'm coming your way, all the way in London. And I have Gary. Gary, tell us where you're going to be speaking from today.
Hi everyone, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. Ooh, the sun. Is it sunny over there now? And what time is it?
It is sunny right now, and it's 1:04 p.m. All right,
Okay.
yeah, 1:04 p.m.
Fantastic. I mean, since we started doing because of COVID, we're not traveling. I have AST, EST, PST, and I said, "Oh God, I'm getting confused with all these times and this time zone." So, and it's good because if I was gonna interview you, I would have flown to Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm so happy I'm in London, but I still get to talk to you. So tell the world who Gary is.
Well, Gary McSween is a young man with huge passion and desire to impact people's lives. I believe that God has blessed me to be an inspiration to others. I've found my purpose. I know exactly what my calling is. I'm very clear on what He has planned for my life, and I'm just operating in full awareness of that, and just inspiring people. That's the focus. That's the focus.
Oh, fantastic. And Gary, you're also a husband and a father of two, a boy and a girl.
Yes,
And you are the CEO of I Believe Nations.
I believe.
Which I see, I believe behind, I believe ventures,
Yeah,
and a top winner in the network marketing world. So we're going to
yeah,
be talking about all of that. So if you have just joined us, thank you so much. Tag a friend. I did share and I say tag a friend that you want them to grow to the next level. So today is all about the next level. So I'm super excited. But growing up, I saw that you were an engineer. So tell me about, your childhood and humble beginnings.
Well, I did exactly what my parents told me to do: go to school, get a great education. My dad is into construction, and my mother runs a daycare. So they're both entrepreneurs. And that's all I grew up knowing. They were able to provide very well for us. To put us through school. So I want to shout out my parents because yeah, I was speaking to one of my friends the other day, and he said, Gary, you already had instilled in you so many great qualities. And when I think about it, that's really because of great parenting. So I want to shout out my parents, Pameline McSween and Curtis McSween. Love you guys very much. And yes, went to school. I wasn't the brightest kid in the class, but I was always the one persevering and trying to make it work. I wasn't great at English, wasn't too good at math, and eventually I got pretty okay, passed my subjects. I went ahead to study my degree in.
Gary, let me interrupt you. Have you got your phone by your speaker because I'm getting this feedback?
Maybe yeah. I just moved my phone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Is it better now?
Let's continue and we see how it goes
No problem.
because
Yeah.
it keeps coming in and out.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Yeah. So I went ahead and I did my degree in process engineering, and then I went ahead and I started studying my master's in environmental science and management. And Nana, at that time, I kind of questioned myself. I said, Gary, what are you really doing this for, right?
Mm, mm.
And I actually opted out of completing the master's. I only did 1 year, and I actually just started focusing on personal growth and development and becoming an entrepreneur, and starting to understand who I am and whose I am and what I've really been called for. And I ventured into becoming a full-time entrepreneur. I actually left my engineering job after 9.5 years of being a permanent employee, and I went into the industry of network marketing full time at that time.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You So let's pause a bit, because many of us, maybe people going to watch us and joining around the world, many of us, our parents ask us to go to school and, be an accountant, engineer, doctor, all that. And then along the line, some way, somehow, we kind of question ourselves and say, wait a minute, who am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
And most people are stuck in life because they don't know who they are. It's either you're following people's path or people's voices, or now it's, let's say, social media or society, what society tells us to go and do, and we do. So let's pause and take me through the process. What happened? What was the day that you said, what am I doing? Take me through the process.
I think that happened for me. Um, it happened for me when I met someone who was in this industry, and I heard the income that they were making, and I said, well, the first thought that jumped into my mind is something is wrong, right?
Yeah,
There's something that they're not telling me,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I started to question. I said, well, here it is. I'm studying. I have the degree. I have the permanent job, but something is missing because I'm working extremely hard, very long hours, and I don't have the time or the money freedom.
Mm,
So I started questioning, and then I was. Here's the other thing that happened, Anna. Right? I was very. I had a big ego. Right? People
yeah.
who are very educated, they have big egos. Their bank accounts are not as big, but they do have a big ego, right?
Okay.
I had a big ego, and I'm like, hold on. I don't expect anybody to come and introduce me to something, and me now taking it very serious because I think I'm very intelligent, right?
Mm,
So, I think it happened for me when I got introduced to the industry of network marketing. It hit me like there is more, there is
yeah.
more. I can actually live a fulfilling life. Now, I'm not saying having a job, you will not be able to have a fulfilling life. But for me, I've always known that God has called me to impact other people's lives. Even as a young man, I always wanted to model my life or live my life in such a way that others will be able to follow. And, everyone who's listening to this, if you're going to be listening to this on the rerun, um, your purpose and your calling, you usually get an indication of it when you wake up in the morning and you go to bed at night. What is burning in your heart? What is always on your heart? What's impressed upon your heart that you believe it's like God speaking to you. This is what I want you to do. So I've had that many times, and I knew once I started to study more and work on myself more, I realized what I was called for.
Fantastic. You talked about purpose, and that is another thing that most people don't know. And
Yeah.
that's why people sometimes go round and round and round in circles. Um, Network marketing is something that, a lot of people don't, when we hear the figures. I mean, when I read your profile, it said, your first year you were doing so well, you became the rookie of the year, you earned your first $24,000. I mean, and I thought, okay. And then when I read down, it says 2 years in your second company, you earn your first million US dollars. And I thought, oh, no, 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 no. Well, I need to see his bank statement before I can believe it. And we all do that sometimes, So when this mentor came into your life, so we're going to talk about purpose, we're going to talk about mentor, but tell me this: is it true that you earn your first million US dollars?
Yeah, absolutely. It wouldn't be out there if it wasn't true.
Because
Yeah,
because I know I know in network market, I know a lot of people make money, but
Yeah.
it comes with hard work. It's not like it's no joke. You have 10,000 customers, and you've helped individuals, independent business owners to do so well. So how did this person really mentor you to get to that point?
Well, before we talk about the success, let's talk about the challenges,
Yeah,
right? Because in when I left my engineering job in 2013 to go to becoming a full-time entrepreneur, I had some
yeah,
success planner, but then I also went through like 2.5 years of
yeah,
was pruning. I was listening to Pastor Stephen Flutig today, and he was talking about the proof is in the pruning, right? The proof
mm,
is in the pruning. The proof is in the challenges that you go through. And, things got really bad for me because the business that I was doing before, a couple of things didn't go exactly as planned. Let's just put it like that. Wouldn't
okay,
call names or blame anyone, but things just didn't go out the way that I planned it. Sometimes you have things planned out in such a way and then God does something different. And I'm
mm,
like, why am I going through this? And I started questioning, why did I leave my job? Was it the right move? La
mm,
la 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 la. And this is in 2000, ending of 2013, going into 2014, 2015. Those were the trying times that I went through.
mm.
And it was my pruning process. It was God preparing me for where I am today. So things got as bad as not being able to pay rent on time. Like,
Okay.
I remember not being able to pay my rent for 3 months. Then when I started back paying the rent for an entire year, I couldn't pay the 3 months that I was owing. Lord God bless my landlord at that time.
Amen. Amen.
She is such
You could have kicked you out.
oh my goodness, she was such a wonderful person. I'm so grateful every time I think about it. And then, I had a loan, that I took out for a vehicle, dumb move. It got stolen from me. So I still had to pay the terms on the vehicle, and I did not have the vehicle anymore. Then my credit card was jacked up, right?
Yeah.
I was living my life based on credit and not real money. So, so when the credit card got maxed out, here it is. I am literally in, just spinning in mud over and over and over again. So all those challenges I went through, it was a humbling experience. I really started to appreciate money and just just appreciate everything, understanding who my source is. Sometimes when you start having success, you start forgetting who is your source. You know what I mean? So all of the things were preparing me. And I was listening to an audio, my mentor, his name is David Amunitia. He gave me an audio by Bishop Ivy Hillard. It's how to eliminate doubt and unbelief from your life.
Mm.
And it's 3 audios, and I was studying that. My wife and I, we were studying it, we were implementing it. We started writing down goals and we had affirmations up, and everything that he said to do, we did it. And the reason why we were so comfortable to do it is because I understood it from a biblical standpoint. I've grown up in church all my life, but when I started to now see the practical application of believing and eliminating doubt from your life, my spirit connected with it and I practiced it. And now, we implemented it and we got introduced to the current company that we're a part of in 2016. Didn't have the money to start. We actually borrowed the money from our mentor. Didn't ask him, but he allowed us to use his credit card to sign up. And ever since then, God's grace has been magnificent. I mean, has been magnificent
Amen.
before, but the
Amen.
financial fruit started to
Amen.
show up. And it took me 14 months to start making 6 figures a month.
Wow.
And yeah, so by the time it was 16 months, I'd already, between 14 to 16 months, I'd already made my first $1 million.
Wow. Congratulations on that. Gary, this is very inspirational. You said you're a well, from it's not like you said you are a Christian from the short conversation that we've had.
Yeah.
And you know, many Christians, I'm a Christian as well. One thing that we do is we pray, but then we believe, and then doubts come in.
Hmm.
So you read this book or you listen to this audio, how to eliminate doubt. And doubt is one of the things that really hold a lot of people back because we're praying and sometimes our actions and the way we talk and all that shows that we doubt. And so it counsels. So could you tell us give us some examples of how you eliminated the doubt in your life?
Yeah. Well, doubt and unbelief is a lack of awareness of who God is, right? Doubt is saying, I don't trust God, right? It sounds so simple,
Yeah.
but doubt is saying, I don't trust you, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people who call themselves believers don't understand what believing is, right?
Mm.
So I had to now study more. Only through studying the Word of God, only through repetition, are you able to eliminate doubt from your life, right? And I think a lot of people have to spend more time studying it. So, you know, the thing is that you can have a bit of success in your life with doubt, but if you want the full manifestation of the glory of God in your life, and you want it to show up from a financial standpoint, you have to eliminate doubt and unbelief from your life. You have to.
Yeah, very important because it's a big thing. It's a big thing, and let's continue.
So,
The I read that you said that one of the important things that we have to do is when we wake up in the morning, when we open our eyes,
mhm.
we need to feed our minds. And you
Yes,
talk about giving the mind instructions, focusing on stuff,
yeah,
and then also the hero
yes,
that we want to become. Could you elaborate that for us?
yeah. Well, you know, the mind needs an instruction. If you understand how the brain operates, it only works on instructions, right? You have a conscious mind and you have a subconscious mind, right? The conscious mind is the thinking mind. The subconscious mind is the prover, right?
Mm.
When you know it only gives us what we give it.
Mm.
You know, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you
Mm.
feed your mind, you know, is what you become. So it starts as simple as what instructions are you giving your mind, and that comes through prayer. It comes through studying the word, of course. But let's talk about goals. Let's just say you're working towards something. You know, are you focusing on your challenges more than are you focusing on your goals? You know, so my thing is that when you wake up in the morning, let's just say you're going through something right now, right?
Mm.
Are you going to allow the challenge to control you, or are you going to speak to the challenge? Speaking
Mhm.
to the challenge is saying, but for example, when we didn't have any food in our cupboard, we could have instructed our mind and said, well, you know, times are tough, times are hard, and we can keep speaking that. But instead, we spoke to the situation. We said, my cupboards are full, right? My fridge is full. My cupboards are not empty. My cupboards are full. So that's you instructing your mind. You're speaking now, and you are creating. Everything is first created in the spirit.
Mm.
Whatever shows up in the natural was first established in the spirit. So if you want to now change what you're seeing in the natural, you must first change it in the spirit. The only way you change it in the spirit is by instructing your mind, speaking exactly what it is that you want. It also is connected to your focus, because when you now instruct your mind, now you give your mind a focus, and whatever you focus on expands.
Mhm.
Really that simple, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like you need to be it's like a complicated stuff, but it is really simple. But you have to master simple things in order for you to have, you know, magnificent things happen in your life. So that's key. Instructing your mind, whatever you give your mind a focus on, it is going to expand. And then you need to have a hero in your life, and that hero is an example, someone who has the results that you want. And I would say the law of association is connected to your hero, right? Whoever you associate with, the most you become, right? My mother always told me this, and I understood it fully. I understood it fully when it comes to success. Now, I always connected it to something bad happening. When my mother would have told me, right? She said, "Show me your friends, and I will show you your future. I'll tell you who you are."
Yeah.
But I always connected it to, if I hang out with bad people, I'm gonna get bad results in my life, or they're gonna lead down a path that I don't want. But I've never focused on it from a success standpoint. It's only when I got into the industry of network marketing and I understood having a mentor in your life and hanging out with the right people, that's when it started to make sense. Because just by the law of association, if you hang around five thinkers, five movers and shakers, five influencers, if you hang around five multimillionaires, it mightn't happen overnight, but it will happen in one night that you will eventually become one. And that's what happened for me. I just decided to stick around these individuals long enough, Nana, long enough, because it didn't happen right away. I got into the industry in 2011, right? It's 2020 now. I remember, funny enough, I'm saying this now, I remember hearing someone say, if you can survive the industry for 10 years, you're going to be wealthy beyond your wildest imagination.
Wow.
And I did that long time ago. I did that long time ago. So it's nothing but the grace of God, and I'm grateful, excited, and just in a position now to really share with people, really what it takes.
Yeah, but sometimes we give up so quick. The first year, second year, nothing is happening. Third year, max, I'm gone. A lot of we don't have the patience. We want to be successful very, very quick. And I'm glad that you're saying that. Sometimes it's good to talk to people like yourself, so that people out there would know that, look, it is true that one can be successful in the network marketing business, but then it takes time. You told us about your challenges. We're going to talk about how you build, your customer base as well, because that's another thing. We start with our friends. We start with our friends and family, and sometimes they don't understand, and it's it's so important. So this mentor of yours, we bless him, who I believe he believed in you. That's why he gave you his credit card to start, or he saw the hunger in your eyes. Because sometimes people say, "Oh, I want to do this," but then we don't see any hunger.
Yeah.
So tell us when you started. Tell us the process.
Well, when I started, you're sure right about that. I had the hunger. I was in debt, and I wanted to come out of debt badly. I forgot to mention that I had to go back and get a job when I started.
No.
Get a job because things were getting really, really tough. So I had to humble myself and go back and get a job. But yes, when he introduced me to this opportunity, one of the biggest things that I have learned is you need to have a vision. You need to have a vision. People, to build a customer base, to build an organization, it requires a clear vision, right? And I heard Ivy Hill said this. He said, with clarity of vision, you're able to accelerate towards the goal, right? Clarity of vision is what helps you to accelerate towards the goal. So, through me having a clear vision and now being able to translate that vision to others, you're able to now grow and build something huge, right? And vision comes before provision. A lot of people, they want to see the success immediately, right? but they really don't have a clear vision, and usually their vision is just about them. To build a large customer base, the vision has to be about other people. It has to be big enough, large enough to incorporate other people, right? So
Yeah.
small vision, small results. You can say small vision, small customer base. Large vision, large customer base, right? So
Okay.
our goal right now is to impact the lives of 20,000 families, right? 20,000 families. And it's already done by the grace of God because it has been written down, right? Whatever is established in the spirit, it must show up in its polar opposite.
Wow. You know, it's all about your mindset, which we will talk about because, when you see, you said smaller vision, smaller results, big vision, big results, but then it has to incorporate in
Yes.
your mind, because sometimes we talk big, sometimes we want to do things big, but the mind cannot contain it because I don't know. I Please talk to me about the mindset because you've done your 20,000. You said by the grace of God, God is giving us everything that pertains to life and godliness.
My favorite book.
You know, but sometimes our mind cannot contain it. Our mindset. So, how were you able to, or how are you able to position this mind of yours?
It's again, it's awareness, it's understanding. To
Mm,
Yeah, it's and the thing is that do you really believe that God can help you accomplish it? That's why I said by the grace of God, because
mm.
it's not by my strength, the
Yeah,
will
not by
says,
might, not by power. No.
but by the will of God, right? So I know it's not going to be based on my own strength, so that's why I'm at peace.
Mm,
Catch what I'm saying? If you think it's just on your own might and your own strength that you're gonna get it done, that is the problem. But when you fully understand that it's going to be done by the grace of God, when you write the vision, the word says, write the vision, make it plain so that they who see it will run. Once you have
mm,
the vision is going to be the magnet.
mm.
The vision is going to pull the circumstances, the situations, the right people for it to come to pass in your life. The only thing is, do you have the peace? Do you have the patience? And I'm not talking about peace and patience and sitting down and waiting, but do you have the peace and the patience to keep working until the job is done, until the goal is accomplished? You know?
Yeah.
So hopefully that would have, brought some enlightenment there. But again, it only comes through understanding. When you really study,
Understanding.
when you really study goals and how goals are accomplished, that's the secret.
Yeah. The peace, the patience, and working. Sometimes we have the peace, we have the patience, but we don't want to work. We
You
want
know,
miracles.
proof of peace is in working. Proof of peace is in working.
The working is the working. How is your work ethics? Tell me about your work ethics.
My work ethic is ridiculous.
Tell me. Tell me something.
It's ridiculous. I I I work very hard. I just say that. I work very, very, very hard. You don't get to this level of success just by sitting down. I do put the work in. I'm very consistent. Very, very consistent.
Consistent and discipline.
Very consistent, very, very disciplined. It's beyond discipline now, it's a habit.
Wow.
It's beyond discipline. Discipline means that you're consciously thinking about doing this stuff. No, I habitually do this. This is a part of my life.
So it's a habit now. You don't think about it. You're like,
I,
I'm
I,
gonna, I'm gonna.
yeah, my wife asks me every morning, she said, maybe you just wake up and you just go. I'm just who I am. I can't teach. The funny thing is that we cannot teach drive and determination to people. We can't do that. That's the only thing we cannot teach.
Yes.
We can show it through how we live our life and how we would, but we can't teach people that. You have to come with hunger. You have to come with a burning desire. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? So yeah. My work ethic is not. It's ridiculous. I'll just say.
So the maybe one day you write the life of a millionaire so that some of us can read. You
Yeah.
know, most people, and it's interesting that we look at people, especially we, well, Christians. Let me I can say that because you know we pray, we do a lot of prayer. And I remember telling somebody today that look, we have the Bible, we have everything in the Bible, we can become whoever we want to become. But then the problem is that we don't take action, we are not disciplined, we are not working, we just we God is so good to us. We that have the spirit. Now we're going to have a Sunday church here, Gary. You know, it's that burning desire. You know, people are making it. People and even talking about that. How has this pandemic affected your business?
The pandemic has affected us positively
Thank you. How?
because our business is online. Our business is online. Obviously we do events, but the operation of our business is still online. You register customers online, you trade online. We're about to introduce e-commerce education and dropshipping education. That's going to be huge. We're launching that in the next couple of days. That is online. So our business is fully digital, right? All I need is my cell phone, my laptop, internet. I can work anywhere. That's the nice part about our business model. So when the pandemic hit, we just fully operated online, and I was really, really grateful to that. I really thank God for that.
So for some, the pandemic, I did interview a guy and he said for some the pandemic hasn't really changed because when things happen like this, you know, there's still people being millionaires and billionaires and really being successful, while some others are also saying, oh, things are bad and we're dying and this and that. So it comes back to how we the energy that we give out,
Yeah, well, yeah, and
and
all
we get it back.
it comes back to the same thing we were talking about. What are you instructing your mind with? What are you focused on? Does it make sense? So
Yes.
for me, what has saved me a lot. No, don't get me wrong.
Mm,
When it initially hit, I'm like, whoa, 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 what is going on?
mm.
And like everywhere you turn, you were being bombarded with this information on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere you go, news, you just bombarded. And I said, I need to take control. This is what I said. I need to
Mm.
take control of what I feed myself. So I never used to watch news before, but I completely like eliminated anything that would feed me negative information. I cut it off. Stop listening to news. I don't read the newspapers. So it helped to protect me. It's almost like some people might be in a disagreement with that, but I created my own little world, right?
Yeah.
The word of God says we are in this world, but we're not of this world,
Yes.
right? So I created a world where I'm speaking my goals. I'm focused on helping other people succeed. Now, granted, I understand. I have compassion. My wife and I, we are continuously helping and assisting people. We understand what's going on, but we're not making it our focus. So that it shuts us down. And
Yes.
that is really the key. And that happens. What's happening now with the pandemic? It has happened in human existence before, right? It
Yeah.
has happened before, and we came through it. So I choose to focus, sorry, on the fact that we are going to overcome this.
I like that you choose is a choice.
It
You
is a
know,
choice.
some people choose to listen to the news and you know, and I tell you, when you turn on was it Friday? It was everywhere and it can really depress you. It will put you into fear, it will put you, your mind, your soul, your spirit, everything. And
All
you're
right.
so right, it's your choice. It's either you choose to listen to the news or you choose to build, create your own world and live in it and be positive and use that energy to impact upon people. So well done you. I love that you choose. And so another thing that I think we will learn today is the choices that we make
Sure.
to, what about mentorship? Because you mentor a lot of people. You are a millionaire, multimillionaire coach, and a mentor. So, how do people come to you for mentorship? You did say that mentorship is very, very important.
Yeah, well, I coach a lot of people, but I don't mentor a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah, mentorship is different.
Okay.
Mentorship is only for a few, because it's impossible for me to mentor everyone. That means I'm pouring in my time and my effort. It takes a lot to do it. But I do coach a lot of people.
Okay.
And how do people, people are able to access me through the business that I'm a part of.
Mm.
And God has really blessed me with some amazing people to work with, leaders to work with, and also the leaders that are to come. So yeah, people are able to access me through our business platform that we have. And the beauty of what we do is we lead by example. You can't teach something that you have never done before.
Yeah.
We are basically leading people, helping them to understand their full potential. And if they want financial freedom, they're gonna have to become a better version of themselves to be able to attract that level of success. So that's basically what we do. But I definitely have to tell you that I have one of the best examples in my life when it comes to this business. So it has made the process so much easier for me. I just basically model what my mentor does, and I model him still to this day. Even the way that I'm speaking right now, this is a byproduct of the information that I've gotten from him and his life and his example.
So it's all about. So tell us about this business. I know we've talked about, but we want to know. Somebody is asking me what is the business? What is this business that Gary is talking about? We want to know.
Yeah, well, I'm a part of a company called I Am Mastery Academy, and the company's values is connected to educating people, empowering people, and enriching people. Right. Right now, well, the core, we started off with our trading, education, and mentorship. And we're now adding to our education curriculum, we're adding e-commerce and dropshipping. So we're about to launch that. So basically, someone can join the company, be a customer, and focus 100% on learning the skill, 100% on learning the skill of trading, learning to trade the foreign exchange market, learning to trade the digital currency market, learning to trade futures, and also high frequency trading. And they can also now focus on learning how to run a profitable online store, right? Through Shopify. So we have mentors, we have people who are living day practitioners in these specific fields. And we have live education, live mentorship, we have softwares, we have academies that gear people towards mastering those specific markets and industries. So that's the core of the company. And there's also an affiliate aspect of the company where someone can choose now to leverage the system of education of the company and build a business around it. So that's
Right.
what we do.
So how how does somebody, it says, well, how does somebody join? How does somebody become a
Simple,
business partner?
simple. Just message me. You probably would see my Facebook here right now, or you can go to my website GaryMcSween.com, and you can actually contact me directly via email. All right, so you can message me on social media, Facebook or Instagram, and or my website, and you can get on to me.
Right. So Gary wants us all to be, well, you've got to be hungry first, because
You gotta want it.
you cannot be forced to be successful. But then we're going to be running up. But then somebody's saying, what is the success? What is the language of success?
What is the language of success?
Yes.
The language of success is are you speaking life or are you speaking death? If you're speaking life, if you're speaking impact and helping other people, and wanting to see other people achieve their goals and their dreams. To me, that you're on the right path for success. Like if I interview someone and they're talking about, I want to impact lives, I want to help people, they're speaking the language of success.
Fantastic. Gary, thank you so, so much for your time. I know it's a Sunday, and most of the time, Sundays, people want to spend time with your family. So I'm so grateful for you to come on here and share your wisdom with us. What are your top five tips that you leave with us this afternoon, evening time that we are?
Well, I want to share with you. The 4 things that impact your belief system.
Oh, I wanted 5. You're sharing 4. Why are you leaving 1 out?
Yeah, well, I think it's 4. I don't think I have 5.
Oh, you don't? Okay, give me the 4 then.
I'm gonna give you 4. Sorry about that, Nana. I might just add something at the end, right?
Okay.
So the 4 things that impact your belief system is, number 1, you are a product of your environment, right?
Yeah.
That is key. That is huge. Number 2, you are able to eliminate doubt from your life through repetition, right? I know my name because my parents have repeated my name, Gary McSween, Gary, thousands of times. So now I have no doubt in my mind that my name is Gary because it has been repeated to me so many times. You can become successful through repetition. What are you speaking over and over and over again, right? Number 3 is credible people speaking into your life. Put yourself around people that have the results that you want, right? Be careful about who you allow to speak into your life, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. So you have to be careful. You have to be guarded as to who you allow to speak into your life. Number 4, life experiences. I believe 100% you need to experience some amazing things in your life, right? Because whatever you experience in life, that's what you believe, right? So it ranges from a beautiful home. How many of you are listening to this? There is a home that you would love to purchase. The question is, have you visited the home? Have you gone to experience the home? Maybe it's a car. Have you gone to experience a car? Because once your belief system experiences something, it's going to believe it.
Yeah.
So those 4 things are key, critical. And number 5, I would say you need humility.
Thank you for giving my 5.
You need humility. Humility is not a personality trait. It's recognizing you don't have something. There is no shame in approaching someone that has results and asking them, what would you recommend I do? There's no shame in that. I think a lot of people, they're gonna see people online that are successful or doing well, and they're just gonna stay in their corner and not ask a question, right? Ask good quality questions. It shows humility, and you never know just by one question what can change in your life. All right. So those are 5 things I'll share.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you so, so much for your wisdom. I'm just touched. And they say sometimes we hear things over and over and over and over again. And I believe somebody out there will say, oh, I've heard this before. And I have, and so this evening, Gary and I came your way just to ignite something in you. Even if for one person or 2 people out there, each and every one of us have a dream. Each and every one of us, there is a purpose. Each and every one of us, there is something for us to do. But sometimes we don't get. And I love the last bit that you said that, if you've seen somebody doing so well and you want to reach out to the person. And we in our generation, we are so blessed to have everything online, everything on YouTube, everything out there. I did message Gary, and just to finish up, we follow each other on social media, and then I saw you posted that we're in London. Remember? I think just before the lockdown. and you said, oh, I happen to be meeting somebody at the conference that you were in, and you came out and you said hello, and I so appreciate it. Even though you were busy doing your conference, you
Yeah.
came out to say hello, and that it meant a lot to me. So thank you. And I reached out to you to say, come and share your wisdom, and you gladly did. So I am humble. Thank you so much for this wisdom, and I know it's going to help a lot of people out there. And so if you want to know more about what Gary does, please message him. He's on Instagram, he's on Facebook, he's all on social media, and I bet he will be gladly willing to help. Thank you
Gary,
for your time.
GaryMcSween.com as well. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. God bless you and continued success on everything that you're doing. I've seen you. You have a lot of interviews coming up, so congratulations on what you're doing. And I've always been looking on, and you have always been a shining example of successful women out there. So
Thank
keep on
you.
doing as well.
Thank you, and regards to the family.
Yes, God bless you.
God
Bye-bye.
bless you. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Bye-bye.
A big thank you to all our wonderful fans out there. If you've tuned in to listen, I hope this you're going to use all that Gary has shared, and I know you're going to be blessed. Happy Sunday, and always remember you belong at the top. And see you soon. Bye bye. I'm going live on Instagram, so you can join me at 8 p.m. for another powerful interview.